Hello there. Today I want to tell you about using variables to store game information dynamically. So I'll show you first the demo of what I mean. Let's just say that in my game, I'm interested in a certain item. I have no items right now. And you should take note that my hit points are not full. So I'm gonna collect one of these items, a berry. And I can go and find a few berries here. So let's go to the items again. I have 3, but I'm gonna go and eat one of these berries. And you see now that my hit points boosted a little bit. And I have 2 left. So what I want really is to keep track of how many berries I gathered, 3, and how many I have left, 2. And the result I can show you here. So how does this work exactly? That's the topic of today's video. Okay, let's start real quick. We'll work this out very fast. So we will put our player here and we will put an NPC. And let's start from the very beginning. So in case you haven't worked with variables or scripts, this will be your first time, don't worry. I'll explain everything from the very beginning. So let's say this is just like an assistant and whoever, and this person will have the task of telling us you have you have picked up X amount of oats and you have eaten X amount of oats. Okay, sounds good. Give a little face just to make it more friendly. And assistant. Great. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get X here, but that's what we wish, right? So we just quickly run this game and we just make sure that, yep, that's what we want. One more thing to know here is that my hit points are full, but if I walk on these very hot rocks, now they go down. So what are the oats? Okay, let's create some oats real quick. So let's go here. Actually, I haven't defined the oats. So let's go to the database and we'll create here some oats and something looking like oats. Yeah, whatever. And the effect is that this will recover my HP by 5%. Great. Amazing. So now I have this item. I will make it available. How? So whenever I click here, I should get you found some oats. And immediately I'm gonna get some of this item called oats, increased by 1. Okay, and it's a big pile, so I can keep getting them anytime I click or press the bar in this. So let's just do a quick check and see if this works. So we're gonna press new game and we immediately click here, nothing happens. That's because I probably didn't set it as same as characters. Needs to be the same level, if not we won't see it. We try again, no problem. And you found some oats, and we go to items. Indeed, I have oats. I can keep pressing this a few times. Now I have 4 oats. Okay, great. I can injure myself a little bit and use this item. Perfect, 0 oats. I had 4, now I have 0, and I can keep picking up. Perfect. But now I need the logic to keep track of how many oats I picked up and how many I've eaten. Of course I can check, but I want the system to do it for me. So what we're gonna do now, it's a script. So the way RPG Maker works is that you can do things through the UI, the user interface, or you can do some code, and this is JavaScript. If you've never done any coding, this might be a bit hard to start with, but once you get it going, it will be easier and easier. I'll only explain one concept, and that should be enough for you to get what I'm going to do next. So there's this concept of objects. And what do we mean by objects? So in this case, an object is a thing that has properties. And within those properties, there can be many results. So think of this as, let's say, a cupboard in your house. And think of this as a particular drawer. And then you open the drawer in your cupboard, and there's a few things inside. So you should count them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you know which one is which. So in this case, we're gonna be interested in a particular object called game party. So this means anything related to the game party, which is all the adventurers. In this case, it's just one. Then there's one property we want from game party. It's called underscore items. And of all the items, I need to get the right one. I need to get the proper index or ID. So in my case, I am interested in oats. So ID of oats is what? Well, I need to check. 4. Why? Because it says here 4. This is because of all the items, this is item number 4. Great. So I will know that this is 4. Okay. So with that in mind, I can then go and do my first line of JavaScript, which is this variable, game party. We use dot to call the property, underscore items, and we use square brackets with the ID to identify specifically the item that has ID equals to a number. So in my case, this is gonna be game party dot items 4, because that's the ID of oats, and that's how I'm gonna identify the items, the oats that the party has. So with this in mind, I can then copy, and how I'm gonna get this is that I need to create a certain variable. So let's just go here, and instead of having this X here, why don't we do here control variables, and let's create a new variable. Let's call it oats found, and let's create another one called oats in inventory. All right, and right now we can see that these variables did not exist. Now they exist. They're both 0. So what I want is that when I call the NPC and control variables is triggered, this will run. The oats in inventory is gonna get assigned through the set operation this value. So this is however many oats I have. It could be 0 or it could be more than 0. So what I'm gonna do here is whenever I activate this NPC, this variable, oats in inventory, is gonna get assigned through the set operation this amount of oats. Okay, so I can now, instead of showing X, let's see. So let's change this a little bit. So you have picked up X amount and you have a total of, with you, actually, that's what I want, is how many I have in my inventory. So this is variable number 4. And there's a nifty way you can show this on text, which is this bar with V and the ID, which is 4. So now I can try this out. Let's see if it works. I will pick up some oats. I have 2. And now I talk to this person. You have 2 oats with you. That's correct. Now I get injured a little bit. I will eat them. I have no oats. Let's talk again. Yep, that's exactly right. So now I've been able to track. Let's recap. I've been able to track the amount of oats I have in my inventory using this script. Actually, this doesn't track, rather it asks the game engine for game party, particularly the items with ID 4 in game party, and whatever number that is gets assigned on the spot to this variable. So now I just need to display the variable, and that's what I want. So now what about how many oats I picked up all along? Okay, so then for that, I think it's easier if we just modify it here. And let's say that every time I pick up 1 oat, let's change control variables. oats found. And in this case, I don't want to set it because I want to increase it. So every time I pick up an oat, I should have one more oat. So you can see how you could play this in different ways. You could have a command to decrease the oats variables, or like in this case, what I'm doing is just whenever I pick up one oat and it goes to my inventory, I will increase the count of oats found by 1. So with that in mind, let's just do a quick check. This is variable number 3. So I can go here to the MPC and modify this to variable number 3. So let's try this one more time and let's see what we have. So we run this again. We talk to this NPC. Yep, 0 and 0. That is correct. Let's pick up some oats. Let's get a bit injured. Let's eat 1. And I should have, let's see. This is exactly right. And this is great because then I can do other interesting logic. So for example, let's say that I can use this information for, instead of having the NPC display something, let's say that if conditional branch, if the variable oats in inventory, it's more than true, then maybe we can do a self switch here. And this takes me to an entirely different page. So let's say I change all this. Now we're in self switch A, and we can just do like a little battle here with some goblins. So let's see if this works out. Okay, so this is one last, just to show you what's possible. There's obviously endless possibilities, but we're gonna get a bit injured for no reason. Pick up some oats. Let's pick up 3. We talk, and I need to have 2 or more, and we have the battle. So yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope you made sense of what I said, and I hope you enjoy using variables, and now you know how to use scripts, even if you never did any programming before. With that, please let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions or ways I could do this differently. I know there are many ways, but this is just one of the many ways to do it, and I hope it works for you. All right. With that said, have a good time. Bye-bye.